Hello everyone, my name is Ritesh. I am working as a software developer at Infometry. I am excited to introduce you to the INFOFISCUS NetSuite ODBC Connector, our new cutting-edge solution designed to revolutionize this way of business integrate and sync their NetSuite ERP data with Snowflake. In this video, we'll dive into the challenges business face with real-time data integration, and we'll see how this InfoViscus NetSuite ODBC connector solves those problems and why it's the ideal solution for efficient real-time data analysis. We'll go through its key features, a success story, and I'll show you how to get started. But before we'll start, as you know, nowadays many business struggle with slow, complex, and time-consuming data integration between heavy systems like NetSuite and Snowflake. Traditional ETL tools and manual setups are often too cumbersome, leading to delays, data inconsistencies, and missed opportunities for real-time decision making. That's where this InfoFiscus NetSuite DBC connector comes into the picture. Our solution eliminates those barriers by offering seamless real-time data synchronization between NetSuite and Snowflake, allowing business to harness the full power of their data without any hassle. So let's start with the real-time synchronization. The InfoFiscus ODBC connector enables near instantaneous data transfer from NetSuite to Snowflake. Before we'll start, I'll assume like you have your own NetSuite account and a Snowflake paid account as well. So first thing is like you need to log in into your Snowflake paid account and you need to come to the Snowflake marketplace and search for InfoFiscus NetSuite ODBC connector. As you can see here, InfoFiscus NetSuite ODBC connector is there available. So you can come here and here you can see, you can read the blogs and you can go through that details and what are the business needs are there, which InfoViscus NetSuite ODBC connector provides. Here it will give you one option to install your application. If you'll click on it, then you can install your application and then you can come to the data product section. Under that, you have that apps where your installed application, you can see it. So here we have your InfoViscus NetSuite DBC connector. I have already installed it. So if you'll come here, it will ask you for your permission for the very first time. And later, like you will come to this page where it will tell you to click on this launch app to launch this application. So as you can see here we have few phases called home, source connection, pipeline, column selection, pipeline, schedule status, data preview, and help. In the latter, like I will explain each one of these phases. And also you can see like here in this select environment, we have dev, prod, and QA. We are allowing the customer like to work on three different environments if they want. So for now, like let's just start with this prod one. So in this one, like if you'll go to the source connection, which is the first phase, like you can come here and we'll see two options are there. One is existing source connection and create source connection. If you'll click on create source connection, then it will give you one input field where you can field your connection attributes based on your NetSuite account. You can give connection name. It can be anything. It can be anything if you want. You can give and host port and username password. You can uh, fill it according to your NetSuite accounts. I, I have already created it. Once you'll fill all those things, then you will see a create button here. I'll show you. For now, I'll just have some random values. Let me just pause the video and let me fill these details. Once you filled all those details based on your NetSuite account, it will give you an option like to create. So once you click on this create button, it will generate some queries which you can copy and you can open a Snowflake worksheet and you can paste all those things here. You need to select all those things at once and you need to select and you need to run those queries at a time. Once you'll do these things, then it will tell you like the statement are executed successfully. Then you can come back to your application and close this one. Then you need to click on test and save. I have already created a NetSuite connection, so I'll not do it now. So you need to come to this existing source connection for now. And as I told you, like I already created one. So you need to, if you want, you can come here and it will show you like if you want to edit or delete your connection. If you click on this edit, if your connections are changed, then you can change it from here and you can give the role for a grant, whatever the role you're tried with your application to run it. Then same thing, like same procedure, you need to create it, you need to run the queries, and again you need to, instead of test and save, you need to click on this test and update button. So for now we'll close it. Same for like if you want to delete your connection, you can delete it here. Okay. So the next part is this pipeline. So in the pipeline, we have our same existing pipeline and create new pipeline. So if you don't have any if you don't have any existing pipeline, you can click on this create new pipeline, and it will tell you like to select the source connection. We have already the connection which we already created. We have that one. So as SRJ prod, and it will tell you like whatever the number of objects are available for your NetSuite account. Okay, you can give the pipeline name. It can be anything. Let's make it as NS pipeline for now, let's say. And if you want, you can click on this include all. Okay. If you don't want to include all, then you can select whatever that objects you want to select it for now. Okay, few objects. So for example, like let's say like if I want to click on this activities and address, it will select these two objects only. And as you can see here, like for that each after that each object, it will tell you like what are that load type it supports, whether it is supports the bulk, incremental, or only bulk. Okay, if you want to check like whatever the what are the objects that you selected, you can click on this preview selection button, and it will show you that what are the objects are there and what are the support type it have, whether it is bulk, incremental, as I mentioned, or both. So I have already created that pipeline also. So if you'll come here to that existing pipelines, as you can see here, like I have already a pipeline created. And if you want to edit the pipeline, you can come here. And if you'll select on this preview selection, I've already selected this transaction and transaction lines. Okay. If you want to select more, you can do it from here and you can click on this update pipeline button. In the next part, we'll come to this column selection. So here in this section, you have to select your pipeline. So here we'll select this SRJ prod pipeline. So as I showed you, like I have selected this transaction and transaction lines. So here you need to select your columns for that exact objects, like whatever the objects you selected. For those objects, selected objects, you need to select the columns. So for transaction, like I have selected that include all. For that reason, like we are seeing this one, like all columns are selected. And for transaction lines also, I selected that include all. If you want to select some of the columns of your desired, then you can select it here and you can click on this save selection button. Once your column selection is also done, then you can come to this pipeline schedule. So here also we have existing schedule, create new schedule. So you can come to this create new schedule and you can select the pipeline, whatever the pipeline you selected, you can select it from here and you can select the load type, whether it is a bulk load or incremental. If you are doing it for the very first time, like if you want all those historical data to be extracted from NetSuite account, so you can go for this bulk load. In this bulk load, you need to give your task name. It can be anything. It can be anything, and you need to select the date range from which date to which date, like you want to extract the data. And you need to select this once, like bulk load will be once. And here you can select the time zone, whatever the time zone you have. We have a lot of time zones it will support. Like for now, we are in India, so we'll go for that Asia Kolkata, and it will show you like what are the schedule date and time it have. Then we have the schedule button. So if you click on it, then it will schedule your task. I have already created a task. So you can come here and you can see this in this existing schedule. So I have already created this incremental one, InfoFiscus SRJ prod pipeline incremental load prod. So here you have the options as well. Like if you want, you can edit it, you can delete it, or if the task is running, you can pause and resume it. Okay. So next thing is like the schedule status. So if we'll come to schedule status, then we can see like whatever the task, we can select it from the drop down, and we can see the status of it, like when it is completed or if it is failed, and what is the start date, what is the start time, end time. Okay, so whatever the things like for that particular task, we can select it, we can see it here in the schedule status. And in the last, like we have this data preview section. In this data preview section, we have two things. One is record count and another one is data preview. But before that, you need to select your pipeline from here. So whatever the pipeline you have already created, and it is like if it is completed or failed, like if it is completed, then you can see it here in this drop down. You need to select it. For now, we have only one existing scheduled task. So for that reason, we are seeing it only one available. So here we have this record count and data preview. So as you know, like we have selected only two objects. So you can see in the record count, it will show you how many objects are being fetched and what are the number of records it fetched. Okay. So for transaction, it fetched someone around 1,35,000 data, and transaction lines 489. Okay. So, but if you'll come to this data preview section, it will show you the data, whatever the datas are there, it will show you here. So it is like if you'll come to the transaction line, it will show you all those columns and whatever the data it has. Okay. And if you'll come to this help section, like it will tell you like about like how if you have any queries, then you can directly inform us and we can help you on that. Thank you for watching the InfoFiscus NetSuite DBC connector. And we believe that it is a game changer for business looking to optimize the data integration workflows. We're confident it will empower your teams to make smarter, faster decisions based on real-time data. We look forward to helping you unlock the full potential of your data. If you want to try this InfoFiscus NetSuite DBC connector, we are allowing the first user or newcomer users like 1 month free trial. So you can install it and you can directly use it for 1 month without paying us. And that's all. Thank you.